Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Public Works meeting for the City of Charlestown. Today is December 6th, 2023. It's 9 a.m. We will kick off our meeting as we usually do, and we have a special guest. Isaiah is going to come forward and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance for today's meeting. So Isaiah, you'll step forward. Everyone stand and rise and join, and we'll kick off and we'll take over from there. When you're ready.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Isaiah. We have our roll call. Ernie Thompson.
Here.
Mayor Hodges is present, as well as Deputy Clerk Treasurer Lacey Gammons. We are missing Gwen Moser today, and our City Attorney Craig McCall. We have been provided with an agenda. I need to make two small changes to the agenda. One is I need to add in a claim for Whitetail Acres on our claims, and I'll explain that when we get there. And then at the end, I've added under new business item H, change meeting time. So with that, I would entertain a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I will make that motion.
I have a motion from Ernie Thompson, and I will second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's approved. And then we have our standing business, which includes approval or correction of our prior meeting minutes from our meeting on November 15th. Our current claims, and I will read in Whitetail Acres. This was a contract that was approved several months ago, I think February or March, for our reindeer event that's coming up the week of Christmas, but we wanted to get it on the claims to make sure that we can pay them, and that amount is $2,300. So add that claim to our existing claim docket and our payroll allowance docket from November 6th to November 26th. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Ernie Thompson. I will second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous. Has anyone signed up for public comment? I don't believe so.
I hope not.
Everybody's back there for different reasons today. No old business, so we'll get right into the new business. And first and foremost, we have some business to handle in regard to our police department. So I will call for current Chief Tim Wolf to make a presentation. And let the record show that Gwen Moser has joined us.
I had to get those guys back there in line
Yeah.
for them to speak.
I've never seen Tim and I get my hand full of it.
Can you just explain why we're making this change?
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good morning, board. This will be the last time I'll be addressing you. If you don't already know, I will be retiring. January 22nd will be my last day with the police department. So this morning, the mayor has decided to, she had a process for the new chief and assistant chief of police, and I am proud to introduce that our current lieutenant, Eric Cruz, will be taking the reins as chief of police, and Sergeant Jonathan Roeder will be taking the reins as assistant chief of police.
So at this time, and I'll have more to say about that in a second, but at this time, I would like to acknowledge the service of Tim Wolf and of Brian Gilbert. If that's all can come in. Yeah, come on up. So these two men have served the community for the last 4 years as chief and assistant chief for the department. They've done a phenomenal job. They led us through the nightmare that was COVID. We've had some difficulties with that. Obviously, loss of TJ was big for that, and you guys have ushered us through that, but you've also come out on the other side of it and done a phenomenal job leading us. And so I have for you today certificates and challenge coins to acknowledge the service that you've provided us the last 4 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. And so, to say a few words about the process of how we go about choosing a chief and assistant chief in the city of Charlestown. This is not a process that we take lightly. It's not a process that I take on all by myself. So over the last month or so, I opened up the opportunity for any existing police officer in the city of Charlestown to come have a one-on-one meeting with me to talk about the health and status of the department. Along those conversations, we talked about their needs, wants, and desires. What do we need to do moving forward in the next 4 years for the department to make it a robust, safe, well-supported department? And along those lines, in that conversation, I also ask about who our rising stars are, who's showing up as a leader on a consistent basis. And I get that feedback from all of our officers. I'm happy to say that I was able to meet with all but one of our officers who was away at training. So it was nice to have such a great response from our officers as well as some of the reserve officers included in that. So that started the process. After talking with the department, it became clear that an internal promotion was desired. And so what I did was I opened the interview or the application process internally. It included a list of questions that had to be answered in writing, as well as personal interviews with people. And from that process, I was able to identify Lieutenant Eric Cruz as the person who should serve as our next chief of police. So I think that we will do these separately, just for the sake of the day. So Lieutenant Cruz, soon to be chief, if you'll come up. Now, we will swear them in, and as we swear them in, keep in mind this is effective January 1. So we're swearing in today, but the change is actually effective January 1. All right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Eric Cruz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the State of Indiana
of the State of Indiana
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign or domestic,
foreign or domestic,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and justly
and justly
discharge the duties
and discharge the duties
of a chief of the Charlestown Police Department
of a chief of the Charlestown Police Department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So, I don't know if, soon to be chief, interim chief, I don't know what we call that right now. Cruz might want to say a few words about his process, but I know that it's unique for a department to have a process of interview to hire a chief and appoint assistant chief. But I think it's important. I think it's important to have that collaborative approach in making these decisions because this department is so important and we want to make sure that all voices are heard. So after the interview process that I conducted and decided to appoint our incoming Chief Cruz to this role, he also went through a process to identify who should serve as assistant chief. And so I don't know if you want to say anything about that, but okay.
Yeah, I do want to say thanks to the mayor and the city for doing a process. I know for all the guys in the back, I know it really went a long way with you all getting your voice heard and being able to put in a process, because I believe it's probably the first time in history, if I'm not mistaken, of that occurring. So, with that process, I really felt like, the mayor took in everybody's concerns and comments, and, she wants to change some things, and I want to change some things for everybody. So I did a process for assistant chief instead of just picking someone like it normally occurs. And with that, during that process, I felt like Sergeant Jonathan Roeder was the best option for me and with my plans and my ideas going forward. So.
All right, so Sergeant Roeder, if you'll come up, I'll get you sworn in as well. Good morning. You know the drill. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Jonathan Roeder,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly
that
swear
I will support,
that I will support,
protect, and defend
protect, and
the
defend
Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the State of Indiana
of the State of Indiana
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign or domestic,
foreign or domestic,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and justly
and justly
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of an assistant chief
of an Assistant Chief
of the Charlestown Police Department
of the Charlestown Police Department
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I want to say a huge thank you to everyone here that is supporting these gentlemen today. They will need your support. This is not an easy role to step into for either one of them. I'm incredibly proud of the department that we have and that we've built here in the city of Charlestown. I look forward to working with you for the next 4 years. I know this board does as well, and it's an honor to get to serve with you. So thank you for being here. I'm pretty sure you guys are probably gonna go outside and take some photos, so we'll not expect you to hang out for the rest of our meeting and our business. But thank you all for being here today.
Thank you, guys.
We do have one more police business though, so, Chief Wolf, you can't leave just
I'm not
yet.
done yet.
You said it was the last
You
time you
said
were
last
before
time
the
you
board,
were
but
coming
you
in.
lied.
You know, it's funny, I see these guys up here getting sworn in, and I remember telling them both, so many years ago, it's like, hey, you guys are gonna be the, this is gonna be your all's department one day, and here it is coming to fruition. So if anything I've learned over 22 years at this police department, you never know what's gonna happen from day to day, so. But I'm real proud that, to see them get sworn in, much deserved, so. My last order of business, now that I'm pretty sure this is it, so.
We've heard that before.
Yeah, okay. You're gonna miss me.
No, I really will.
So at the end of 2022, the Indiana Law Enforcement Training Board passed some policies. Last year, we had one on police pursuits that we had to adopt, and now we have to adopt one on deadly force. They basically said, we have to adopt this policy as it's written, we cannot change anything, we can't add it, it has to replace our current policy. So this general order, it's pretty simple, it's basically, we're gonna adopt the Law Enforcement Training Board's policy on deadly force to take effect of January 1, 2024. So I need the board to vote on that, please.
Okay,
I'll make a motion.
so I have a motion from Ernie Thompson on adopting General Order 23.1206-A. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Gwen Mosier. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous. Thank you.
We'll miss you.
Perry, I know that, just a quick legal question. I know that the appointment of chief is the mayor's prerogative. An assistant chief, since it is kind of decided by the chief, incoming chief, is that something that the board would need to ratify by vote on that, or is it still just a fun? Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right, thank you.
Thank
Mayor, could I add something?
Of course.
you.
This weekend, I think it was on a Sunday, one of these gentlemen stopped me.
Surely not. Hey, I'm usually.
They're all leaving. Look, they're pointing to him in the back.
I think it's the guy in the door.
Surely not.
Jeez, but anyway, but this is what I wanted to say. You know, if you're sitting up here and you see somebody in a uniform come up, you start thinking, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? But anyway, the thing that I wanted to say, this guy, regardless of the uniform or whatever, was a perfect gentleman.
Great.
I don't know what his schedule was, but the thing that I wanted to know is, what did I do? And he took the time to explain it. And it wasn't just that I made a foolish error in driving. He explained the lanes and things like that. And so then we wrapped up things, and he left and I left, and I think that things will be different when I'm out at that area. I won't have this again, but I was really impressed with him. And I don't know him, but I will assume that he represents this whole department and the leadership that you have pulled in. And I thought, oh gosh, maybe I'll write the mayor and tell her this, and then I thought, no, I'll just say something.
You thought a public confession was better?
Gosh. Hey, all of you, take a good look at me. Don't stop me, okay? No. Do it again. But thank you. I
I've
know
always
what
got-
I'm doing out at
Yep.
Ain't
That
no
area.
area.
I've always told them they should stop, even if, regardless of who it is, they should do their job. And the comfort is that we have great confidence that not only do they do their job, they do their job well.
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen
Yes.
and ladies. All right, we can move on now to some of the other business on our agenda today. Next up, we have good news, a change order, but a good change order. As you know, we've been, the redevelopment commission authorized us to be the managers of the Depot Teen Hangout. Harold, were you here?
Yes,
Trustee
I'm
Harold, did you want to come forward and
Yeah, I
explain
can-
this for
yes,
us?
yeah.
Harold Hart, Arts Engineering Surveying, has been managing that project for us, and he gave us this change order, so I feel like it's such good news, he might want to share it. No?
Say Merry Christmas, right?
Right?
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Since we've cleared out the gallery here
There you
now.
go.
Can you confess you've been stopped too?
Many years ago.
I'm an old hand at that, brother.
He worked for my parents.
Mm,
He is.
mhm.
He knows how to do a job.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
You, Mr. and Mrs. Moser, was a pleasure to work for. They were definitely an influence. As you well know, or maybe not know, with the Depot Street project, we've wrapped it up. When we first signed the contract, the first order of business was change order number 1, which is actually a deduct, which is kind of unusual. So during the process, we changed some other materials, made some other decisions in the field, and some of the work was performed by some of the city's personnel. So as a result, we have a second change order. Do they have a copy of that?
I was out with the packet.
Okay,
Yep.
fair enough.
Yes.
So the second change order is for an additional deduct of $23,020. So we can do the pay applications, everything, just to perform an order of business, we need to, I would request the change order to be approved.
Okay, so to clarify, this new change order is for $23,020, which results in a total amount of a reduction in the contract of $54,785, making the revised contract amount $176,784, and that will be the payout. So
That's
it's a
correct.
motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion by Gwen Mosher,
Second.
seconded by Ernie Thompson. Any questions on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's unanimous. We'll get those signed and
Okay.
get those, I'm assuming there was did you include the payout that I had?
Yes, I include both pay apps in the packet.
Okay,
If not, I got plenty of copies.
all right, I'll take care of it. So that's good, so the site is open. It's open during Thursday, Friday, Saturday events for our market. We have a soft opening of it right now. People are welcome to go check it out. We've had quite a few visitors. We have QR codes up where people can come and scan and give us additional feedback on what they want to see as we prepare for the actual grand opening in the spring. So thank you, Harold, for the work you've done on that project.
All right.
And the Dan Christiani Excavating was the contractor on that. They've done an absolutely phenomenal job. The site was clean, it was done
No, I
efficiently.
think it looks great.
It's beautiful, so we're glad to have them.
So do we need to go through the process of pay app 1 and retainage, or is that something that you just? internal?
I think with it being approved, I think we're
Okay.
good to go.
Fair enough, all right.
I'll get them executed and we'll get them submitted.
Okay, sounds good, thank you, Mayor, thank you all.
Thank you.
Actually, if these weren't on the claims, I will go ahead and have the board approve each one separately, and I'll just have you guys, so, first half, one is for $17,678, and one is for $159,105.60. So I would just entertain a motion to approve both of
I'll
those.
make that motion.
And I'll second.
I have a motion from Ernie, a second from Gwen, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye, that's unanimous. That way we can get those submitted since we're not meeting on this one. There's not a line on here, but I was gonna sign something to be made out. And this is from the redevelopment funds that we're satisfied with. packed agenda today. Moving on down, we have Parks Director Marissa Knoebel is going to come forward and present a couple of contracts for us. The first is for the Legends of Youth sponsorship for the MLB camp again this year. Good morning.
The first contract that we have is just the MLB Alumni Association. So every year, the Parks Department, in partnership with the Little League, do a little baseball clinic. So that date has been set for April the 20th. The payment is $3,000, and we have secured a sponsor for that. Superior will be sponsoring that event. They've sponsored it in the past, so he came to us and was like, I absolutely love the event, I want to sponsor it again, so that money has been covered for this agreement. So we just need to get this in front of you guys so you can approve it. I don't believe the contract has changed other than the date from last year, so.
Has Perry had a chance to review this one?
Those are the ones you sent to me.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
No, you did, you sent it to me.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, it came in the, actually, I found it
I
in the
can't.
junk. I found it in the junk.
The junk
email.
folder?
Yep, it was there.
That's okay.
Great.
Did you do that?
It's always great when she presents a contract that's already paid for by a sponsor. We're very grateful for Superior Hall and Steve Leach for stepping up and hosting, sponsoring this camp again this year. So I would entertain a motion to approve the contract with the Legends for Youth sponsorship agreement for the MLB camp.
I will make that motion that we
Motion.
approve that.
By Gwen Mosher,
Oh, second.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. And then you got the Pixie Desk Playdates one as well.
Yeah.
And you'll execute that contract and give it to the,
Yes, I'll make sure that I do everything. So the next one is just with Chrissy Beth. We've used her company in the past for all of our character appearances. So we were wanting to add a couple of characters to our reindeer event on December the 20th. That total ends up being $1,325. We will be paying that out of our parks revenue fund. Now that the park is open, things are getting a little squishy in there, so we do have the money for that. We're gonna have Snow White and I believe Belle will be there to kind of just interact with the kids as well as Santa, and obviously the reindeer will be there as well. So it's just a fun little bit to get the family out to kind of get out and see Greenway Park and get some pictures taken with some princesses and Santa and the reindeer, so.
great. So entertain a motion to approve the agreement with Pixie Dust Playdates agreement. I'm assuming that Perry also has had a chance to review this.
That one came as well.
Great.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ernie Thompson,
And I will second that motion.
seconded by Gwen Mosher. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That's unanimous as well. Thank you, Marissa. I don't think I had included those in the packets. And I think that's a company we've used several times before, so we already have their W-9 insurance. Okay, great. Next item up was the community liaison contract extension. So community liaison's been doing a good job. I've asked her to compile, now that she's been with us for 2 years, some data and statistics to be able to share with the board at our first meeting in January, so she's working on that, tracking things. She still continues to follow all of the grant protocol that was established by doing the correct intake forms and keeping all that. The need for her has gone down a bit. It ebbs and flows in the sense that when we were through COVID, there was a great need, and it seems like at times she gets kind of inundated with folks and has meetings, but a lot of what she's doing now are just phone consultations with people, so she still is making progress, but since she's just paid on an hourly basis, she only bills us for what she actually does. We do continue to advertise the program. So what I would like to do is have the board authorize, I don't have the updated addendum, but essentially it would be the same as last year with just, all we're doing is extending her date, terminating December 31st of 2024. And I would just ask the board to authorize me to execute that once I receive that from Perry, get him to update that addendum and send that in to me, so. Just extending her contract through January 31st of 2024.
I will make that motion that we extend her contract.
Motion by Gwen Mosher,
I'll second.
second by Ernie Thompson. Any questions? And for the, nothing in the terms of the contract changed, just to be clear. So the rate continues to be $30 per hour, and she only bills us for the hours that she actually does consultations with clients, so.
That's exactly what we did last year.
Yeah, it's the same thing we did last year. We just need a new addendum that extends it through the next date.
Yeah.
I've already been in touch with the grant administrator. She said that's all we needed to do was just extend that through and we're good to go. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's
This
unanimous.
is the wrong place in the whole order of things for me to ask a question about this.
About the,
No, just, it seems to me, and anybody else can answer, the average citizens, most of our dealings are with the police department for traffic violations or
Right.
whatever. And it seems to me that this position is very much different in that she's representing the city, but interacting with people who have other problems, not necessarily legal problems.
Right.
So it seems to me that it's really a positive position for the city and the image that we're trying to present.
Absolutely,
And the idea that we're helpful, not just
yes.
get after them or this sort of thing. So I think this is a good position that was created, and she's obviously doing some good things.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay. And then one of our last items of business is sanitation charge-offs. These are the same things we do. These are folks that, from landlords where they moved, do we need to charge off those accounts? The charge-off amount is $225.56.
Can I add my name?
No. You have to say, sorry. Can I get a motion to approve?
Try.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Bernie Thompson,
I'll second it in his favor.
by Quentin Mosier. All in favor of approving the charge-off amount, $225.56, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? That's unanimous.
I have a question, like, our next meeting will be 10 o'clock in
Yes.
January?
We're about to vote on that.
Or we're doing a meeting, next 2 Wednesdays from now?
I don't think so. I think we worked it out where we don't need
I
to.
thought that was safe.
If something changes, if something comes up and we absolutely have to have that meeting to help the clerk treasurer staff get everything closed out, then I will let you know as soon as possible. But I think that Donna and her staff were working to make sure that we wouldn't have to meet, because that is the week of, leading up to Christmas, and so.
I thought that's what it was.
But I'll get with Donna and verify that they got everything they need. So all else aside, our next meeting would be Wednesday, January 3rd. And I would like to propose that we keep the same meeting schedule, the first and third Wednesday of every month in general, but change our meeting time to 10 a.m. And if I can get a motion to that, we will establish that calendar and get that sent out.
I'll definitely make that motion.
I have a motion
I'll
from Bernie
second it.
Thompson, second by Gwen Mosier. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we are first and third Wednesday at 10 o'clock right here, 304 Bay Cross Street.
Next
Council
meeting,
Chambers.
unless she calls.
Unless you get a message from me, we shouldn't meet until January.
And don't speed up here,
I'll let
because
you
I'm
know.
already in trouble.
All right,
You're learning my bad habits already.
That's what happens. I mean, it rubs off here.
such one of you over here then.
I'll make a motion, we'll see you all in January.
All right, I got a motion to adjourn.
And,
Got a second? All in favor?
Yes.
Say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we're adjourned. Thank you all.